So hey guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel, and welcome back to the next episode of the Battle Cats Evolution series. Woo! So, in the last video, we talked about the Bomber Cat, and so for today's video, we're going to be moving on to an uber rare cat, just because haven't really done that in a while, I don't think anyways, and so that cat today is going to be PaiPai. Because I actually got it recently and I'm sort of working towards maxing her out, so I figured, may as well show her off in her almost full potential. So here we go, unit info. Poster girl for a famous dim sum restaurant, always carries her heirloom scarlet hammer, resists red attacks, massive area damage. So I'm sure this is supposed to be probably either a reference to like some anime or like anime game, or this is just like sort of I don't know, the typical standard, if you will, in like what did it say right here, in dim sum restaurants, either a standard or like a stereotype. I'm pretty sure it's probably leaning more towards like a sort of standard sort of thing, because like I probably have seen like that kind of a style of like headgear that she's wearing in like other restaurants that I've been to in the past. But anyways, in terms of abilities, she's pretty crazy in terms of what she can do. She resists red attacks and also does massive damage to them, so she takes 1/4 less damage and does like 4 times more damage, is able to resist weakening effects. So I don't know if you're fighting like that giant masked red floating head dude, I think the stage is called like River Styx or something like that, then she's able to pretty much deal with that. And she of course has area attack damage, because what's an uber that can't do area attack damage? That's just kind of like a sucky uber, really. I'm pretty sure actually out of all the ubers I have, I'm pretty sure all of them have area attack damage. Yeah, not a single one has single attack, otherwise it would be kind of like a weird sort of uber, right? Anyways, those are the stats and unit info right there for PaiPai. So we're going to move on to its last and final form. Doesn't have a true form yet, but I'm sure, it doesn't really need one in terms of its like technical stats and stuff, but who knows, maybe the developers will surprise us in like a future update or something like that. But anyways, its evolved form is Pai-Pai Z. Z probably standing for, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z or like Dragon Ball Super. I know Dragon Ball Super is like the second like newer series of like Dragon Ball Z and stuff, but anyways, don't really know what the Z stands for. Maybe the unit info will tell us, but it just says mystic seals were broken, unleashing the sexy power of the red panda hammer. Resist red attacks, massive area attack damage. So pretty sure she just becomes a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of more revealing in terms of her like actual attire that she's wearing. A tier attire. I think some people say both, so it doesn't really matter. But her abilities and stuff stay the same. It's just her looks slightly alter, but she more or less looks kind of the same right here. So it's pretty much all I got for PaiPai right there. And now we're going to go to the Dojo stage and just sort of see what she can do. But mostly talk about her aesthetical looks, of course. Man, it's kind of exciting because, like, when you ever do uber cats, it's like you're just expecting like some sort of godly, like, almighty, like, meteor-like attack sort of thing. I say meteor-like attack because usually their attacks are sometimes kind of crazy and it like kind of blows the enemies away, usually. So we're just gonna wait a little bit right here. You can see that she's a little bit more on the expensive side in terms of ubers, because of all her abilities and stuff. But once you summon her, it's pretty powerful right there. So her attack animation is pretty neato. She's like kind of like a gymnastic flexibility sort of thing. She's gonna throw down her hammer, launch her body like in a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of throw her legs up, and then somehow, even though gravity does not dictate it, she pulls herself back and is able to catch the thing that she's carrying that she threw there initially when she does her attack, which is like super confusing. It's like, oh, how do you do all this stuff? Like, man, look at that. She's just like, like kind of wipes the sweat off her forehead and then like catches that briefcase looking thing in her hand, which is pretty epic. Now, the only downside to, her attack and stuff, obviously, is that she doesn't have necessarily like, the fastest attack speed. It's obviously faster than, certain ubers, of course, but unless you don't have any like supporting units for her, she's gonna have a little bit of a harder time to get through like weaker pawn units such as this one right here, or not pawn units, I mean just just like weaker units in general sort of thing. But she looks pretty neato. Got the fancy fluffy pants right there, and then her head stuff. Then she has like a what is like a dim sum, literally a dim sum with a cat face on her head that sort of chills there, which is pretty cool. And then that epic hammer, of course, looking pretty crazy right there. But other than that, that's pretty much all I could say for that. Actually, the thing that she's carrying, that briefcase thing, not exactly sure what's in there. It's either like money or like food, something like that. It's probably something like useful, hopefully. This is the Pai-Pai Z form. You can see that she looks a little bit more like darker aesthetically, and then like her leg position. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's you can kind of take that as like more of a technical difference right there. Her legs are sort of positioned differently when she's standing. She actually lifts one, keeps perfect balance on her high heel right there, which is actually pretty impressive. And she's got more of like you know, a darker getup. And her hammer has some more like panda features sort of right there, which is neato. It's like one of the like few cats that, you know, is not really catified too much. It's actually more of like its own unique style, which in this case is using pandas, which is pretty neato. It's not like a cat hammer, it's like a panda hammer, which is pretty cool. But other than the whole dark getup and like slightly more details to the hammer and stuff, she pretty much looks the exact same. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say for that, and we're going to just move on to the good battles and stuff. Alright, so for the team composition, we're going to be going for a mix of massive damage as well as some resistance, as well as some research power, just because of the particular cast that we're going to be using. And then, of course, we're going to have our lineup of spam cats, and we're going to bring wow, pronouncing words kind of weird right now. We're going to bring the Enchantress cat just to help slow down red enemies, because we're going to be doing a red enemy specific stage, and hopefully it's going to go pretty well. And it was kind of funny, because I was talking about the River Styx stage, and it was actually, just so happens that the River Styx is actually going on right now, but we're not going to be doing the River Styx just yet. We're actually going to be going for the different stage right here, which is going to be the Crimson Catastrophe, just because I feel like the Crimson Catastrophe is a little bit easier, so it's more kind of relevant to most players, I guess, versus the River Styx, because I know the River Styx is a more advanced level that not everyone can do, but at least this way you can sort of see the power against, you know, in this case, the Red Cyclone. But we will be doing the other stage just to give an example of what PaiPai could probably do in that stage as well. So we're just going to rock it, go into the stage, and see what happens. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad right here. So the combos and stuff are going to go in, of course, and then we're going to start things off by waiting a little bit before the bunnies get to the base, and we're actually going to send out the skeleton cat first, just because it actually happens to be strong against red enemies, and also has the air attack damage, which should be pretty useful just for the time being. So we're going to do that just to kind of build up the monies and hopefully get PaiPai as soon as we can, right before the, or not right before, just as the floating redhead, or Shybo, I think his name's Shybo right there, yeah, the official term right there, so I probably should say that, but we're just going to summon the PaiPai right now, and you can see that she pretty much one-shots the first Shy Boy. I mean, it did take a little bit of damage from like the first initial zombie skeleton dude, so it's a little bit understandable, but this way you can see that she's pretty much one-shotting these guys, which is just kind of crazy, and we're already maxed on the worker cat level, which is pretty amazing right here. So the neat thing about PaiPai is that she actually does attack from a distance, so you don't have to worry about her actually getting damaged, you know, epically from the enemy units. So much more like the Assault Rye, which has a little bit of a shorter range, but it's able to do, you know, has the same builds and stuff, which is really good against flying units. And whenever she does unleash that hammer attack, it just like murders all red enemies in the vicinity. You can see that the Shy Boys are already gone, and it's just like as if they never actually existed. So we're just going to summon a couple more supporting units right here, just to sort of make this a little bit easier, just so that when the Red Cyclone does come out, it's going to be like total, utter domination against its face, so it's going to just die really fast and stuff. But, you know, in the meantime, as all this is happening, as we're just waiting for our units to sort of push through into the enemy base territory, I can tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with my life right here. So I realized that, you know, I haven't been really making a whole lot of Battle Cats videos recently, and that's only because I've been really busy doing a few other things, you know, just taking care of my girlfriend's cats, because she's gone at a business trip. She's actually coming back today, though, later today, so I'm going to be seeing her, making her dinner and stuff, so it's going to be a really fun time. But while she was gone, I was taking care of her cats, watching her house and stuff, cleaning up a little bit, you know, just the basic amenities as a good boyfriend would do, of course. And then on the side, I've been also studying in preparation for an upcoming exam that I have to do, which I know it kind of sucks, obviously, because, you know, some people say that school's not great and all, but I actually like the class that I'm taking. It's Greek and Roman study, civilization. I'm pretty sure I've probably mentioned that in, like, previous videos, but I'm going to say it again, just in case, because I realize that not everyone watches every single Battle Cats Evolution video that I've made, so I may as well keep bringing it up right here. And look at that, I haven't even finished my life stories. We've already defeated the Red Cyclone in literally a single pinch right there. We didn't even really need to summon the second PaiPai. It was just kind of, you know, she was able to be summoned, I summoned her, and, you know, still would have been the Red Cyclone really easily. So you can see that Red PaiPai is just so freaking crazy strong. Like, man, her attack damage against red enemies is, like, unbelievably godly. So there goes the Red Cyclone, and we're able to just sort of take the easy win right there. But as I was saying, you know, I like the Greek and Roman civilization stuff. It's really interesting. I mean, I don't really like, for example, American history or Canadian history, but I like the more of the, you know, older civilization kind of history. I think it's really, really useful and interesting. But anyways, that aside, since we've already beaten that stage pretty easily, we're going to go ahead and do the other stage, which is going to be the River Styx. Now, for this stage, it's going to be a little bit different. I might need to modify the team just a little bit right here because we need to bring a few different, more specific units. So I think what we're going to try to do right here is we're going to bring the Awakened Bahamut Cat. We're going to take out, oops, nope, don't bring the regular Bahamut Cat. He's going to die really, really fast. I'm going to have to replace the Enchantress Cat right here, and I think we're going to go for the level 40 Maniac Island Cat. And now I'm just kind of debating whether or not the spam cast that we have is actually going to be fine for this particular level. I think it should be okay. But if not, then of course we can always, you know, switch things up a little bit. But I think this lineup should be fine for the battle that we're going to be doing. So we're going to just go straight into the River Styx right here, and hopefully things go well. I know PaiPai, like, wrecked the Red Cyclone back in the previous stage, but this one might be a little bit more different, so hopefully it shouldn't go too poorly. And there he is, the shy boy himself, just going out from the little base right there, making his way towards our base. So thankfully he moves a little bit slow, not that slow because he's actually sort of almost to the halfway point, not really, but you know, he's a little bit dangerous in terms of his crazy, like, air attack damage that, like, spreads pretty far out into the lines right here. So our PaiPai is definitely going to take some damage right here. So we're not going to expect her to, like, survive for too long, but with the resistance that she has, it should be a little bit easier and not as scary right here. So we're going to encounter the first major enemy right here, which is going to be the red boar, and hopefully we can just sort of get the monies right here enough so that we can sort of deal with this threat, wait for him to get kind of close, and then we're going to summon the PaiPai, and hopefully she'll do, like, some crazy damage right there. So you can see she unleashed the shot right there. Seems to be doing fine. We're sort of holding off the red boar for a second right here. That was a good shot from the Maniac Island Cat right here. Hopefully we get another good shot. Yeah, there we go. 2 hammer shots to the face, and he is already dead with the support of the Maniac Island Clans, of course. Yeah, I almost forgot the name right there. So in the meantime, we're actually just going to hold off for a little bit up until the ostrich. So now we're going to have to start spamming again because the ostrich is going to be a threat right here. Of course, the other strategy is that you actually wait a little bit so that you can wait for the ostrich to get to your base. But because we're using PaiPai, we can't really do that because, you know, she's probably going to die and stuff. So I'm just going to have to do my best right here. Of course, if the ostrich does get a little bit closer, maybe we can be a little bit lucky and land, like, a kill shot right here with the Awakened Bahamut Cat. So if we could just land it right here, gonna throw the laser right here just to stop it that way. So he's actually gonna dodge the attack right there, and oh, the ostrich actually did a really big hit right there. So I know, like, this is probably not the best lineup for these cats because you know, the fact that I'm using the cat combos is probably making things a little bit more difficult, but you know, it's worth noting that PaiPai is really good in this stage if you actually have, like, the correct lineup right here. I'm actually gonna just summon the Thunder because, like, you know, why the hell not? We just happen to have, like, a Uber right here, so may as well use her because, you know, she could be pretty good right here. Don't know if she has a good amount of HP though. I don't think she can take a few more hits from the these guys right here, but maybe she'll be able to, like, destroy the ostrich right before the red boar appears. But the red boar is already here, which is not good. Hopefully she's gonna be able to survive a hit. No, she dies right there. Okay, if we had a little bit more monies and a little bit more luck right here, we probably could have been able to do spectacularly in this stage right here. But alas, we do not have enough to summon a second pipe right here. That's only because we probably didn't even max out the work, which would have been a good idea, but you know, obviously we didn't have the funds to do that. So all we can hope is that maybe maybe, just maybe, we're going to be able to actually destroy the boar right here and then get some money to destroy the ostrich, kill something so that we can actually summon PaiPai again. No! We died from they're too strong, the combination of the ostrich and the red boar right there, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's fine because we're able to show that PaiPai is able to do pretty good. Like I said, PaiPai is really good for this stage. If you just have the correct lineup and you're not bad of a player as me, then obviously you can make some magic happen right there. Just as a side note, though, I did beat the river Styx without PaiPai before, so, you know, obviously it's possible because it says clear. It's just that PaiPai makes it a lot easier, and I guess if I took it more seriously, we probably could have actually defeated that level properly. If I were to do it again, I would probably remove the resistance because I think massive damage is more important. That way we free up 2 more spaces, 2 more slots, I mean, so that we can get a few more support cats, maybe Paris cat, maybe even the island cat to just deal with the boars, and the ostrich a little bit better, but anyways, that's just the technical stuff right there. So overall, do I think that PaiPai is a useful cat to get? Yeah, I think she's pretty useful, especially if you max her to level 40, because then that way she's literally going to, like, just run through virtually any red enemy that the game can throw at you. I almost said, like, I was throwing right there for a second, apologize. But she can virtually, like, 1v1 almost any, well, maybe not 1v1, with the proper support, she could probably 1v1, like, any red enemy that the game throws at you, so she's definitely super useful for that. But outside the realm of red enemies, she can't really do a whole lot for you. You're better off using just you know, other Ubers in your lineup right here. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next Battle Cats video in the future. If you have any suggestions for cats that you'd like me to try out in future videos, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will diligently keep that in mind when I'm making future Battle Cats Evolutions videos. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Woo!